Anime Summit, episode 64.
It took them 4 episodes to get to a single girl being naked in her underwear or kissing another girl, and that's, like, unacceptable.
Hello, and welcome to the Anime Summit podcast. I'm Kwoka. With me I got Mac.
And
And Nick.
The shame of these wounds can only be soothed with your blood.
And Sam.
Yeah, hi, my name...
So we've actually
Welcome to the
not
pit
recorded
of despair.
in 3 weeks. So, because Mac was in Japan. And I was in Europe, but Mac was in Japan. Mac, how was Japan? Wait, no. We're going to talk about this season later. But first we're going to talk about Mac in Japan.
Mac's Big Adventure.
my big adventure. Let me tell you about Japan.
The glorious
So,
Nippon.
I had lots of yummy food. I used chopsticks all day, There's vending machines everywhere. Subways
Did you
can
buy
get
any?
really
Did you buy any
packed.
Asahi from a vending machine?
Yes,
Wait,
I
so
did.
Mac, did you buy a seat in the plane for a physical, like an entire vending machine, and just bring it to me?
No.
Max, so this
no,
isn't
fuck
that wasn't
off.
your first time in Japan though, right?
Yeah, it was.
Oh, really? I thought you had been there before. Never mind. Okay.
No,
Nice.
dog. But more importantly is that I went to Chichibu, which is kind of like
Bless you.
it's about an hour and 30 minutes away from Tokyo, but that's where the anime Hana was kind of centered at, and they
The
had
flower we
bridge
saw that
there.
day.
I don't know.
And I also went to Kyoto, and while I was in Kyoto, of course, you have to go by the KyoAni store, which is out in, actually, it's not in Kyoto, it's in Uji. And I, of course, had to make a slight detour for Hibike Euphonium, had to take some pictures at some of the locations, and I had to go buy Hibike Ufotable stuff.
Did you get a sudden case of the hiccups and go,
Actually,
every 5 seconds?
I did say a lot. I ain't even gonna lie. I totally did it on purpose.
Did any locals compliment your mullet? I'm guessing that's a no. Nobody complimented your mullet.
So
Okay,
anyways,
moving on.
karaoke is really fun.
I do like how they do karaoke where it's private rooms instead of in the full bar like American stuff.
It's
is.
actually surprisingly cheap too. It's not really expensive, even when you buy ridiculous amounts of alcohol and get drunk
I mean,
last night
it's
there and
decent-
do drunk
it's decently
karaoke with your
expensive.
buddy Kosuke. Things can very quickly get out of hand.
Did you get swindled into a body trafficking ring during karaoke?
Nope.
Just like all the Shindo L comics?
Nope. Did not.
Shout out to Shindo L.
I did win some shit in the crane games though, and the crane games are super fun and super addictive, and you can very quickly burn through a lot of money on a crane game. Trust me, I know.
And they're a different style. For anybody wondering, they're a different style than America.
I spent
does.
way too much money on that crane game for the freaking beach towel that I got, but it was worth it because I never saw another beach towel like it. Not in any of the Animate stores, not in any of the Korobukiyas. Nothing had that beach towel. So it's kind of cool. And then I got tons of anime goodies. Got some
what'd you buy,
K-On!
Sam?
Stuff. Got a manga for one of my buddies. He wanted a manga, so I got him one. Got some cups, of course. I got that cushion that I got out of the crane game.
Did you go to Soapland?
No,
I
because
like
I'm
how
not-
none of you went to fucking Soapland. Jeez.
You were so excited about the existence of Soapland.
I'm
though,
going to go
Mac.
to... If I go to Japan, I'm going to
I
fucking
did that
Soapland.
more to fuck with you.
Did you at least see some signs for the
I
Soaplands?
also won 2 figures out of a crane game. 2 at once, actually. because I'm
Nice.
a fucking boss.
Double
Was it one of the
penetrated that
ones where you
crane.
win like
Unfortunately, both of them were concole, so that kind of sucks.
Was it one where you win like a key to a locker or something?
Oh, dude.
Actually, it was a dice game.
Which ships?
No, I
were
mean
they?
like
No,
I
was it
also
something where you
played-
won a key.
I also played
or...
pachinko. Didn't care for pachinko.
Did you play
Yeah,
the
pachinko's
giant
dumb.
Kind of
pachinko machine in the
annoying.
bog like in Kaiji?
I played a Monogatari pachinko, and it was just like, why am I doing this?
You got to do it
Well,
at
it's
least
just,
once.
it's just
And then
Japanese slot
and then I
machines. That's
played-
all it is.
I played the Japanese slot machines, not the pachinko. I played an actual slot machine.
Yeah, but I mean that's
And I
just a
was
slot
just
machine.
like,
Pachinko is the Japanese slot machine.
Why am I playing this? And yeah, I just saw a lot of cool shit. Saw fireworks.
Did you yell out the Japanese phrase? It's like Kaguya, Tamiya. You gotta go full weeb when you're there, Mac. Come on.
Except I didn't.
Did you put on a kimono?
Also,
or
also, I can speak from experience now. Taiyaki is delicious. Takoyaki is delicious. Crepes
Yep.
are the fucking bomb.
Yes.
Okay? If you ever go to Japan, go to Coco's Ichibanya and tell them
Yeah.
you want spicy curry 10 out of 10.
I mean, you
Tell
don't
them
say
you
10
won't
out of
regret
10.
it.
You just say 10. You just say level 10. Or if you're in LA, also go to Coco's Ichibanya.
Just grab 10. Trust me.
Yeah,
It's
it'd be
all
like
good.
400 grams, 10 pork cutlet, and some quail eggs.
You just sounded like such a homosexual.
we should make fun of Sam because I think he's AFK.
Shut up. What did I do?
Oh,
What the
never
fuck
mind.
did I do?
He's just been silent for like
Because I'm
20
listening to
minutes now.
Mac.
So Mac, what was like the greatest single moment?
The greatest single moment? Probably stepping
maid
off of
cafe?
the plane after 13 hours and 42 minutes in the air was probably the single greatest moment of that whole entire trip.
Okay, but do you have an answer that's not a cop out?
That's not a cop-out.
It was the maid cafe, wasn't it?
Honestly,
Something that's unique to Japan.
ain't even gonna lie. I mean, yeah, it's unique and everything, but I'm not gonna go to that again.
Was the maid
I
that
can do
performed
it.
for you guys at least cute?
Oh God, yes.
That's how. It's
Nice.
like
When I went to
it's
Maid
like
Dreamin',
Hooters.
they had the
hire
cute
based on
girls
that.
out handing flyers and the
Yeah.
less cute girls inside.
Oh,
They had
they had them hidden away. There's one
This
standing
one
over in
had-
the distance.
this one
Couldn't
had
quite
pretty
see her.
cute girls.
Cute biddies.
But there was like hordes of maids standing outside trying to hand out pamphlets and get people.
You're not
to come in
supposed
there.
to talk to the high school girls on the other street near Akiba at night that are handing things out.
Oh, did they drug you and take your
sensed-
kidneys or what?
But you see, there was a problem. Whenever we got out of that one maid cafe, it was like 8 or 9 o'clock when we got out of that one. Because we were there for an hour. We got the drink special, and we
And you
kind
went
of
to one
pre-gamed
in
a little
Akiba, right?
bit. Yeah. And we got I drank like 3 tequila sunrises and a Russian mule and a mojito, I think is what I had. So I was a little buzzed. Kosuke was a little bit more off than I was, and we decided, we can go further down this rabbit hole. So we find this kind of a bar kind of place that's right there in Akiba beside one of the big billboards. I think it's right beside a Sega. And they had this 2-hour drink special. So it was like you had to order 2 foods, but for 2 hours, any alcohol you order is, free, and you only had to pay like, I think it's 2,000 yen for 2 hours of free
Buy you
drinks.
a drink.
Essentially,
That's like $2, right?
It's
no, that's $20.
So if you drink enough, that can be a good deal.
Well, let's see here. I
Ish.
had another tequila
I
sunrise.
mean, that's like 2 bottles of vodka.
I had a glass full of Suntory whiskey, Kahlua milk, had sake, I had shochu. God damn, what all did I had? I think I
did
had
you
2 or
happen to
3
go
more
to-
mojitos there.
Did you happen to go to a vending machine and get the milk soda?
Oh yeah, like
you mean
on the
Calpus?
Anime.
Calpus is delicious.
All anime does. Did you
But you
do the
definitely got milk tea,
Sakamoto
right?
and like
The royal
build your own
milk
drink?
tea.
Yes. Royal milk
Fuck yeah.
tea. It's great. Calpus is great. Boss Coffee and UCC Coffee is great. Even the straight black coffees, they're still good. Yeah, it was just awesome. It was really fun. And it only rained on me once in 2.5 weeks. That was great. And it was while we were at a couple stops from Nagoya on the Surumai line. We stopped at this place my buddy knows called Oskanon. And they had some cool anime stores there. And they had this kind of like market area that's kind of like pseudo indoor-outdoor because it's like, it's got big, it's not really an awning. It's like just an overhead over like 2 stretches of streets. And it's got like vendors and everything there. And
Yeah,
I got to
little
try
market.
some fried chicken that was great from one of the stands. It was awesome. And yeah, and then I got more anime goodies. I got a lot of anime goodies. I have too much.
Did you go to a yakiniku place?
I did go to a yakiniku.
Yakinikus are fun.
That's technically where we went to get drunk at with the 2-hour drink special was a yakiniku. And
So, when are we planning the Anime Summit Japan meetup?
Right after the Anime
Where
Summit,
we're
Detroit
all
meetup.
gonna go to. Never going to Detroit.
We'll go to Flint first.
one does not go to Detroit.
Nobody goes to Detroit. So anyway, I guess we need to start talking about the seasonal anime because it's been like a while.
And speaking
we
of
talked about
seasonal,
that.
there is a storm a-brewing in me and Sam's area. And since there's a storm, we should start with Thunderbolt Fantasy.
I want.
What a segue, fellas.
let me just go ahead and just get this out of the way. Anime of all time. Okay, moving on.
The Oat.
Yeah, so Thunderbolt Fantasy is a Taiwanese puppet show produced by Gen Urobuchi and Nitro
Yeah, it's
Plus
by
and Good
it's
Smile.
by this this Taiwanese puppet company called Pila International. Pila, whatever. Pili. Sounds like Kiwi.
Yeah, basically Gen Urobuchi went to Taiwan many times, but one time found out about the puppets, and after he went to like a puppet convention or show, I didn't quite understand that part of the story. Peely contacted him, and then they started working on a collaboration. And this stuff's crazy looking. Like it looks, oh man, it's very cool.
Yeah,
Very cool.
dude, it's like a bunch of like super beautifully dressed puppets doing like these crazy martial arts with super crazy particle effects and explosions and like people's
Yeah,
blood
so cool.
splatters and like heads roll and fall off and there's zombies and it's just like you got the Hiroyuki Sawano soundtrack in the background just blasting. It's fucking epic.
It's basically
Yeah, it's got
Jim
that.
Henson's Dark Crystal and Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon. It's badass.
Dude, and it kind of reminds me of Power Rangers too. Like they got those, like what's her name, Rita from Power Rangers. A lot of the characters kind of look like her. They just got these huge like dresses and things on their heads, hats.
Yeah, the costumes are like extravagant.
things on their heads.
They're just so amazing. I don't know. They're just all of it together as a package is so good.
And the directing is like it's super fun because like the whole point of the story is like they're trying to chase these they're. I don't fucking even know the point of the story. It's crazy. It doesn't even matter.
It's a
Like,
sword.
it almost doesn't
They're going
matter.
after
These
There's a
bad guys are
sword
after
that
a
they're-
sword
Yeah.
that these brother and sister owned the pieces to or guarded something or other, and they killed the brother in the first episode. Spoiler. It was like the
It's
first
like right in
2
the beginning,
minutes.
yeah.
So they get like part of it, and they need the other piece from her, and then they get to use the sword to, I guess, take over the world. Probably.
Oh yeah. There's like this evil clan, the Zhong clan, and I can't pronounce anything in the show because like what they
It
did
also like listening to them saying it doesn't sound.
well, no, yeah,
at
but
all
and like I'm saying,
the
the character names
Chinese
are said
listing.
in the character names are said in Japanese, but they're written out in
Right.
Chinese.
So
So you can't fucking tell what the names
Lin
are.
Juya is Ryofu Setsujin or whatever. Or no, his name is Lu Feng Koi Chen.
It's not important. Just know the character. It's honestly not important. Just know the characteristics. Like there's the badass wandering swordsman. There's the girl. There's the bow and
There's the
arrow
white-haired guy.
Yeah, there's the flute
bad
guy. There's like the other bad guy. There's the sorceress lady.
Flute.
Everything I say is important. That's why I said it. So shut up.
There's a guy with the flute. Oh no, I'm just saying like you don't need to know
Guy with
all
the
the
flute.
names. Like,
No, yeah,
gotta
you don't need
Guy
to know
with
full
the-
names,
the
but
pipe?
There's the
but
jokester.
everything I
The
say is important.
jokester
It's
with
not
the
important.
You're
Put a little
special,
respect on my name is all.
I've only
little
seen one
respect
episode of it.
Oh yeah.
dude. What? Kwoka,
But
one
I
episode of
definitely
Thunderbolt
want to.
Fantasy is better than fucking all of the episodes this season, barring like maybe a couple. I don't know. Actually, no. Fuck
that's-
it. It's the best
Don't
episode.
you think that's a little bit
That's a little.
bullshit?
That's a little broad. That's a broad statement.
It's not. I'm not saying combined, although I'm not saying
I'm not
that.
saying that
but-
this season is. I'll say this season's better than last season. Well, what's the next show you want to talk about?
I don't know. This season's all right. Yeah, I mean, Thunderbolt
I
Fantasy,
don't know.
best
Like,
show of the
I'm-
season. Everybody
I'm
watch it.
I'm still a bit behind because I planned to catch up today, and instead I spent all day struggling with Psalm's audio from another episode that kept crashing my program, and
Whoops.
I figured out what it was, but I don't know why it was only affecting your audio. Like everybody else's worked fine, except yours.
Whoops.
It's the Ghosts of
But I
Christmas
fi- I
Past.
figured
Cole
it
was
out.
also in Europe.
It just didn't leave me time to
Cole was
watch
also in
anything.
Europe when Mac
Yeah.
was in Japan. But
Mac, did you get caught up much coming back?
I think you watched a little bit. But
You're funny.
Okay, are you caught up on anything? what
I'm
what
caught
are,
up
what
on
are you
Mob
most caught up
Psycho,
on?
and that's it.
funny.
And Shokugeki and Mob Psycho, I'm caught up on. Maybe.
I am caught up on
Mostly.
everything I'm watching.
Yeah, I'm caught up on. Well, I'm mostly caught up except Love Live. I'm waiting for the dub on Love Live. Fuck it. Fuck me up, fam.
Oh God.
Oh, jeez.
Fuck no. Awesome
I
sauce.
want to hear Winry's voice.
Wait,
dude.
I'm not caught up.
All
I'm not
about
caught up
that.
on New Game. I didn't watch the new Game. But New Game is probably
Sam, bite your tongue. Go watch New Game.
okay. I'm gonna quit. I'm gonna
Jeez.
stop recording.
Are there any other shows that we didn't talk about
I'm
much
just kidding, dude.
last time?
I don't think.
I have no fucking clue. That was like 100 years ago.
That was like
so
100 years
Let's just
ago.
talk.
I mean,
Let's just talk
I
about
think
whatever.
last time
I've gone
only
halfway
Mac had
across
watched
the world. So
only Mac had watched Sweetness and Lightning last time. And I watched
I'm like
all
part
of that,
caught up
and
to it.
It's just so
I love
fun.
Sweetness and Lightning.
It's so they're on what episode 7
It-
now.
By no means is it good, but it's just
I think
nice.
it's-
Yeah, it's not very deep. That's
Oh,
the thing
yeah.
about it. It's
Yeah.
like really surface level. It has like one or two themes. It's like, oh, take care of your
If a
kids.
deep moment, if a deep moment happens, it's literally for like 10 seconds or a minute, not even, and then it just goes back.
Yeah, like the first
like
episode had a hint
the
of
deepest
that.
moments were in the first episode.
Right.
Yeah, when he was looking at the picture of his wife or whatever, and then it's like they didn't. As far as I'm only on episode 4 right now, but like they didn't really reference it past that, and like it is kind of funny. It's a silly
Well,
show.
they do
light,
later, but like it's very very quick, and I'm hoping that later down the line, towards the end, it'll start showing
Yeah,
more of
well,
that kind of stuff.
They haven't done a lot early enough to make it have much of a payoff. But
I
maybe
think
they
the whole
will.
premise
I
of
don't
the
know.
show, though, is still part of that because the whole thing is
The premise is kids don't like vegetables.
well, that's just being dumb. You're just being dumb.
Yeah, I know.
Did anyone watch Battery?
I'm just being an ass. Not Battery, but I just want to say one more thing about Sweetness and Lightning. Like I feel like that's the show that it's the politically correct show to like. So don't feel bad if you don't like the show because it's not like a general
it's definitely
audience
not for
thing.
everyone.
But it feels like
Like,
people
and
are. It feels like people are out taking that moral high ground. They're like, oh, you have to like it. Look how sweet it is. It's like, if you don't like it, who cares? Just watch something else.
Like it's not good. The art is very just.
I think it's good for
average.
what it is. I think it's good for what it is.
The voice acting is pretty good with the girl. Like she sounds so different to any voice actress because she's
'Cause-
actually a
Yeah,
little kid,
yeah.
which almost is jarring because you're used to like what anime sounds like, and she doesn't sound like what
it's kind of
anime
like
sounds
Erased, same thing, where they had a non-anime voice actor do the main character.
Yeah.
Yeah, but at the same time, he was still being an anime voice actor in that.
No, he
role.
didn't sound like an anime voice actor though. He sounded
Yeah,
just like a regular dude.
No, I mean, but he was still being an anime voice actor. Like he wasn't talking the way that Japanese people talk on the street.
But no. Here's my point. He wasn't talking.
I know what you're saying.
He wasn't
He was
talking
not
the way that
an anime
protagonists
voice
talk.
actor.
Yeah, no, he didn't have the anime voice, quote unquote.
Yeah, but he was still
where they
being
do the
an anime voice
exaggerations
actor.
and like sound all perfect all the time. But anyway, yeah, move on. Let's move on to the next.
I did watch a little bit of Danganronpa 3. It's not really.
Are you caught up on that?
I don't want to watch any more of it. There's not much to say about it because it's not based on the third game. It's just Danganronpa 3, like with the anime or whatever. And there's two things. There's a future arc and the despair arc. And I think you're supposed to watch them at the same time. It doesn't really matter. But
oh yeah, that show has like
yeah.
multiple not timelines, but things going on at the same time.
Yeah, and it's not there's no game for it. There's the first two games and there's first two anime, but then there's like then the Danganronpa 3, the anime is its own thing. But I don't know. I think for it being not based on a game, it's pretty okay, but I don't think I'm gonna watch any more of it. But if you want to play the first one and watch the first anime does the game like almost scene for scene, so whatever. But all I gotta say is Monokuma is where it's at, dog. Monokuma. Google that shit. Google it. I don't.
And you were saying you were talking about Battery too.
Oh,
right?
I was just asking if anyone's watched it because I was gonna and I didn't.
Oh, I've heard very little about it. I
haven't heard anything about
decent.
it at all.
I don't know. Yeah, the sports anime I'm following right now is Days, the soccer
Lame.
one. So
Who gives a shit about sports? I mean, really?
Well,
dude, you gotta ship all the male
Battery-
characters. That's the whole point of sports anime.
Battery
is-
looks like
is food
Battery
driven.
looks more of like Battery has sports in it, but it's not. I don't think it's a sports.
It's more of kind of like a
Yeah.
drama type thing. I don't know.
It's not
I
like
haven't
Prince of
watched it.
Stride or Prince of Tennis or whatever. But okay,
Those are two way different shows.
no, they're the same. They're the same fucking thing. They're both sports anime. And they're both like,
No, they're not.
oh, he ran and
Prince
did
of
the
Stride-
thing.
Prince of Stride's not that good. Prince of Tennis actually probably has more to it.
Prince of Tennis.
I haven't
is,
seen it yet.
Prince of Tennis.
I've
is
heard
probably,
it's okay at least.
Prince of Tennis is probably way better. I'm just saying they're both
Yeah.
the same thing because they both played parkour tennis. Shut up. Anyways, so I don't think we need.
Hardcore
I don't think we
parkour.
need to talk about.
Days is okay. It's by Studio Mappa. Like that, I only watched it because it's by Mappa and I like Mappa, but it's not. It's like probably Mappa's worst looking show by a lot. Like it doesn't look terrible, but it's just you can tell they really skimped on it
Skimmed on it
And,
like they're just kind of like, oh, it's just
on the animation. Like they're
Oh,
taking a lot
okay.
of shortcuts, and it's not like Mappa quality. When I think of Mappa, I think of like Shingeki no Bahamut and stuff like that.
Mhm.
Just like really good looking. Like they're up there next to like KyoAni sometimes if they're on their game. But like, yeah, Days is just it's just like a regular sports show. It's like everything is pretty straightforward, and it's
Do they do the whole thing where it's like when someone does like some kind of crazy move or kick or something,
yeah, you have all the characters be like, whoa, wow, look at that.
and then there's one guy off to the sideline explaining what he's doing? Like,
Yeah, actually, I think Days does that even a little worse. Like they don't explain soccer. It's not a shonen sport, so it's not like super long running like Haikyuu type thing or Kuroko basketball or whatever. Where they don't have like these matches that take long stretches of time. So it's more of just like a kind of like a shorter story. So they don't go in depth on the sport, which I'm kind of a little bit.
Wait, what sport are they even playing?
It's soccer. Yeah, just soccer.
football.
Oh.
And like the main
When's
character's
that
like
rugby
this.
show come out?
That one looks super gay. Did you guys see Did you see the art for that? It's like two dudes like sticking their asses out. It's just like,
For the rugby, what? There's a rugby.
it's one
show?
coming out next season. I think.
Oh, okay.
Maybe I saw some art for it on like Mal or something. It looked real gay. But anyway, not that there's anything wrong with that.
No,
but
no.
I just not my cup of tea. But like,
It's a Fujo show.
God, I don't even know. It almost looked like straight porn for a minute.
Oh, all out.
Do they have
Yeah.
in Days? Do they have any of those like scenes that look super crazy when they're in an anime, but are based on actual real plays that happened?
Oh,
Because I fucking love those.
kind of, not really. It's I don't know. Days is like pretty mediocre. Not gonna lie. I'm just watching it because like the protagonist is kind of funny.
There's one
He's,
like
this
basketball
rosy-cheeked
anime
kid.
that did one of those where the guy like used his elbow to hit the ball from behind his back over to somebody else, and it looked all super ridiculous. And then they had like it was an actual play from a real game.
Oh yeah, I heard about that. Yeah.
And there was like a baseball one where he like caught the ball with his bare hand and then like threw it at the same time over to get the out. It was like, what? That's ridiculous. That never happened. Oh, it actually did happen. That's what I want. It's just an anime that takes all the best plays from a sport's history and strings them into just one team. That'd be cool.
The dream team.
The dream team.
They have every perfect play that was ridiculous from all of history.
But yeah, the only thing I got left to say about Days is like the main character. He's like the ultimate like Shota, like little boy kind of character. He's in high school, but he just looks like a little boy. So I keep thinking
He's a lowly?
I keep thinking he's gonna get like reverse raped or something. So I'm just saying like the dojins are gonna be flying out off the shelves with that show. Maybe. Probably not, because no one really cares about it, but we should move on to another show. Nobody's really
So Orange
following
is
Days.
kind of getting frustrating.
Yeah, I can.
Oh yeah, Orange.
I like it at face value.
So
a lot, but
we did find out that whole thing that we complained about in the last one.
where like she thought she
um,
was. We thought
She is that she got the letter in multiple. It was
Yeah,
one
yeah.
letter, but in separate envelopes or something, and she was only reading it one day at
Yeah,
a time.
yeah.
And then in one episode, she decides to read ahead,
right, and it's
only like one day or something. It's like,
and
oh
it's
my
like, what the
gosh.
fuck are you doing? Just read everything. Like,
She can't binge read, dude.
can't be.
And especially when she keeps like not doing things that it says to do for some reason.
You got to add that dramatic tension. What if she just had no emotions? She's like, okay, and she just does it all.
Yeah, but it could have been one of those things where like she has some problems doing it and, butterfly effect where it doesn't have the intended result. But it's just
Yeah.
kind of like some of the stuff where she just suddenly decides not.
Yeah, I don't know. Orange, it's really not my type of show. Like, I feel like they're trying too hard to be, like bittersweet and all that, and it's just doesn't really work for me because the characters have no other motivations besides like saving the one kid and besides romance. Like, they have like
So
no
they're high
life.
school kids.
No, but they literally have like no goals, no interests, like nothing outside of romance.
One of them's playing soccer.
Oh yeah, like
girls
they do that
are
for
dealing
like
with their
10
grades.
seconds.
They study a bit.
Yeah,
This is
just
the
like-
nature of being focused. Like the show's being focused on what it is. It doesn't mean.
But I don't like
to
that.
bother with
I don't
that
think
stuff.
it works with romance. I don't think you can have a show that's just pure romance and have it actually be
Well,
like
you
a
can.
great show. You
And
can.
you're wrong.
I'm not saying you can't have it. I'm saying you got to let me finish the sentence there. Jesus Christ. I'm saying you can't have that type of show be a great show. Like look at Your Lie in April. They had he's trying to get good at piano. He's trying to get over his mom and all that. There's multiple like layers. They're not like super deep, but there's at least multiple like things tugging at him. And in Orange, there's like one thing. There's just one string kind of pulling these guys along, and it's just not that. It's not that
But
engaging
Your
to
Lie in
me.
April's
but-
main storyline is also not romance, so it's not a proper comparison.
Well, I know, and I'm saying like it has multiple angles that it's going for, so that's why I like it more, and that's why Orange to me feels like a tampon commercial.
yeah, you hate romance.
so-
It's okay.
It's a
I
tampon
know,
commercial.
Orange
man.
is-
I'm about to
it is a
row some
shoujo.
canoes
That's-
and smile and
It
run
just
on the
is a
beach.
shoujo. That's what shoujos are.
That's yeah. I mean, yeah.
No, Akagami Shiriki Hime was better, and that's a shoujo, like pure shoujo.
So,
so-
like, okay, the thing about Orange, that's probably I'm gonna say that like that's probably my only thing is the whole letter thing. Oh well, the art. I don't like the art or the
Yeah, you're seeing what I'm talking
Yeah.
Oh, they
about?
look like dolls.
dude. No, because like
Their eyes are like so sparkly.
because
but then
I finally only just
ton of teeth.
the other day I saw what Kwoka was talking about. Like they'll show the angle of a person's face, and then go to another character at the same angle, and it just looks completely weird. Like it's just
Dude,
like
whatever
Yeah.
you do, don't
Like,
watch Berserk.
It's
You will
mostly
wanna
done
kill
good,
yourself.
and then there's just some shots that are just like, you guys phoned this one in.
right.
Do they have the typical thing where like whenever a character's far away,
Yeah,
they
yeah.
do, I think.
Yeah.
I think that's just
I tweeted out
the
one
nature
picture
of
of
animation
like
nowadays.
the guy with his arms up in the air and his hands look like giant blobs.
He was like stretchioning, and his hands just turned into circles.
Well, like I think that's like a technique. It's just the nature of how they animate now with like the digitals. I don't fucking know anything about animation,
no,
but it's like
that's not
every show
that's
has
not
that.
an appropriate excuse.
Every show has
Yo, but
that. Like,
it wasn't
Iron
far
Blood
enough
Orphans had
away
that.
for it.
91 Days has that. Like they look like shit when they're in the background, but then in the foreground,
But
they're
they
all
weren't.
detailed.
It wasn't in the
But
background.
they weren't far away enough for
That's the
them to
thing.
justify their hands looking
Well, they
like
were
that.
in like the mid ground or whatever. They weren't close up.
They were the focus of the scene.
Oh, they were. Okay, well, never mind then. Fuck
Yeah.
it. There was also background shots where they don't look as good.
Jesus.
Yeah, I
no,
mean,
we get
that's
that,
one
but
thing.
like it was the two main characers talking, and it was
Yeah, and this is
like, you're not
why
looking
this is
at
why
anything
Thunderbolt
else
Fantasy is
except
better than
this.
everything else.
because it's a puppet.
They don't go all blurry and shit.
You don't have level of detail. Except Thunderbolt Fantasy, they do have ridiculously long upper arms because of how the puppets are designed.
Yeah, and that's what makes it funny though. Like their forearm is just
Like their
2 feet
elbow is
long.
all the way down at their waist already. And then their forearm
It's
is
more
like
dramatic that way.
normal length.
Like their arm is off screen, but then you see their hand, and it's just like holding up this huge stick.
Right.
Enough about Thunderbolt Fantasy.
We'll see how Orange goes. Let's just wait and see. Maybe
It's going to be a show that, with time travel, it hinges on the resolution.
Yeah.
And they're
solid
not
5
time
out of
traveling,
10.
but the letter is
Solid 5.
time traveling. I think the last episode, I don't want to say. Never
Yeah.
mind.
We'll just
We find out that there's other letters
Right.
in the episode that I saw last.
spoiler right there. Spoilerino. 91 Days.
That they were sent to her.
Mac was
91 Days.
Mac was watching 91 Days.
Mac, what are your
Yeah.
thoughts?
Well, I was watching Orange too. I'm just not caught up with it. 91 Days thoughts. I'm liking that shit. I'm liking it. It's not
the
the
next
greatest thing in the
Evangelion.
world, but I'm liking it.
Yeah, I like it. I've come around to it.
It's
I like the art
it's,
style.
You know, it's a compelling enough story. It's the art style's pretty
The art
cool. It's
style
got that
reminds
kinda
me of-
gritty. It's got that gritty kind of feel to it, and I like it.
Yeah, it has the same problem though. If the characters in their background, they look like shit.
Well, yeah,
So-
yeah. But Fango's character never fails to amuse me.
Oh yeah, they
which
have the
I really
crazy
love.
guy.
God, he's crazy as fuck.
I love that archetype. The
He's
character
so
that's just
crazy.
insane. Like the
He's
cultist
just-
leader on ReZero.
He's so crazy. He's just like, hey, yo, I don't like you, so I'm going to chop you up, dog.
I'm gonna chop you up.
That was so obvious. Like the lasagna scene. Like I'm like, oh, we're gonna eat him.
I'm gonna chop you up.
Someone's
put
gonna
you
find a
in
finger
lasagna.
or a toe.
It's like,
Was this South
damn.
Park?
Yeah,
Like-
they pulled a South Park.
Yeah. Well,
But
which
instead
stole
of
it from
chili, there
something
was
else, and
lasagna.
It's like the oldest. It's like the oldest trope. You got to eat your enemies, or you force feed your enemies their own allies.
To their own parents.
Yes. But yeah, 91
Yes.
days. It's just like a revenge Godfather type story,
Yeah, and it's
anime style.
I'll make you an offer you can't
it's nothing.
refuse.
It's nothing that's monumental. That's
it's just
going to be
fine.
talked about in years, but it's certainly a good enough show to watch. I mean, I'm really enjoying it.
If you like Bakuno and I think Durarara is similar, then you might like 91 Days.
Durarara.
Although it's like way different from those shows, but it's like similar type of mood or style.
So like, I mean,
Bakuno's way better, but
Bakuno sucks.
Fucked.
have you even seen Bakuno, Sam?
No, I just heard it sucked.
Okay.
Wait, so Nick,
It's like
I think earlier,
Really good, actually.
I think earlier when you were spouting nonsense, you said that weren't you saying you are watching Tales of Zestiria the X?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Okay,
That's
so
another one of those shows that
I was
picked up
watching that
based on
one,
the
too.
animation studio alone.
well, it's based on the game too, and I want to know because it's a game-based anime.
Ufotable.
Is it doing like really good or really bad?
It's
Even if it's
pretty
doing just
fucking generic.
even if it's
like-
doing just average though, that's way better than a lot of other game adaptations.
Yeah, I mean it's fine. I don't know. I'm not like the biggest. I don't think I'm really the target audience for this type of show, but it's just kind of like an average adventure. There's like the guy who's Jesus Coon, and They gotta save the world from the tornadoes and shit. I mean, I don't really know all the details of the story. I'm kind of like passive watching. I was listening to the ANN cast and they were talking about passive watching. See, ANN cast supports my views on passive watching. You just gotta fucking put it on the background. It's a skill you develop.
I heard it's doing pretty good. It's got a 7.
It's popular, yeah. People like it, but that's because of the animation. If it was not ufotable, then it would be.
That's true.
People would be like, "Yeah, it's all right. It's pretty good." But
whoever animated the Valkyria Chronicles anime, that was garb. Like it was just bad.
What I'm learning the most from this season is animation trumps everything. Fuck premise, character, story. If it has good animation or bad animation, that's what matters the most as far as popularity. Like Berserk.
Yeah.
It looks like fucking shit.
Yeah, I watched the first episode of that, even though I have no idea what's going on.
Yeah, that's like the opposite of Tales. Berserk is literally the opposite of Tales. So it's like really fucking good source material, and it's like one of the best manga ever. And then it's just like they just like slap you in the face with like this shitty CG. Oh my god! It and then like the character. They go like off model somehow, some of the characters, and they look like these mega blocks. Like they got these fucking like cauliflower hair for a couple of them. It's just like doesn't like nothing like moves.
Hair.
Yeah, one of the girls' hair looks like cauliflower. It's pissing me off.
Triggered.
I fucking hate.
No,
I feel like if I tried to punch her hair, I'd break my
cauliflower
hand.
is gross. Now every time Nick sees like cauliflower is triggered.
Dude, cauliflower is pretty fucking gross compared to broccoli, though. Broccoli's great.
Yeah, I'd rather eat broccoli. But like, speaking of food though,
Shokugeki no Souma?
Shokugeki no.
Let's talk about Sweetness and Lightning again.
Here's the thing about
It's really Sweetness and Lightning is giving Shokugeki a run for its money for best food anime.
I don't know.
it's
I
not.
don't know about that.
No, it's not. No.
I'll tell you this though. There's really not much to say about Second Plate, other than the fact that I think we said this on the last episode too. Is that we just really like the way it picked it right up, like with the autumn elections and shit.
And the pace just stays. It just keeps going.
But now I'm like this season. I'm even like, wow, fucking Souma's even more of a badass to me now than he already was.
Yeah.
I like how when he's doing his dish for, I think one of the recent episodes, he, like the other guys, the most recent episode, the other guys pull out their like brand spanking new fish that they got from the market because they're good at finding fish. And then he pulls out this thing that looks like a piece of poop.
Yeah.
I was like, he pulled out a dookie.
He pulled out a dookie.
He's going to feed them shit.
Like it is exactly a shonen and where it's always going to work out.
Well, I've heard that he doesn't win everything. Like he doesn't.
Wait, I'm not
not
caught
every
up on
time,
the
you know
last
what I mean?
episode, but he did.
But
Do they pull Pokemon where he always
Oh,
loses
yeah, we should
the
mention
final
that.
battle?
He just cuts up a Magikarp.
everybody got salty at Pokemon because like Ash lost again. He can never win.
Yeah, and this was like the time when everything was stacked to where up until like the episode that he lost, he should have won. And then
But he's been 10
made
years
up
old
of-
for 20 years. So like,
Well,
you
no,
feel
I
like
think
he should be
now.
winning by
I think now in the anime he's actually like older.
11. Okay. Does
He's
Misty
just
give
wondering
him
about
boners
girls.
yet?
No, it's not Misty no more. It's that other chick.
The other girls are hotter than Misty anyway. So let's be real.
So like that thread showed up on Reddit where they're talking about why this is going to be the time that Ash wins, and it was like so hype and badass. I was like, I want to watch all of Pokemon, and then I saw it was 900 episodes, and I was like,
you just read the manga. Fuck it.
maybe
how you catch up
maybe
to One
once
Piece.
we
You read the
maybe
manga
once
and
we
then
get a
say you
studio in
watched it.
Vegas and we can all come together and just watch Pokemon for a week.
Pokemon?
You put it on like subliminal messaging, like when you go to sleep, and then just have it on, and then you'll remember. And you'll wake up, and the only thing you could say is "omelette du fromage," but like,
Omelette du fromage.
Do fromage.
it'll
I don't want to
still work.
cry about Butterfree getting set free or Charizard being left behind in the Valley of the Dragons.
Yeah, Charizard always fucks him over too.
Omelette du fromage.
He's like, "Fuck you, I'm Charizard."
I'm Charizard.
What other show are we
Yeah,
talking about?
So
Oh, no, Shokugeki.
I kind of feel like Shokugeki.
Oh,
if he
Arina best girl,
loses,
by the
that
way.
seems weird. Yeah, I feel like if anybody's gonna beat him, it's gonna be Arena. But I feel like almost
I
the
hope
whole
she
story
beats
set
him,
up
if you know what I'm
that
saying.
he has to beat her because of the fact that they have those ideological differences. Like they're gonna have him lose to somebody that's not so different. You know what I'm saying?
Dude, it's all
Like his
about,
dad, that he's like 0-400 against his dad.
Yeah.
Dude, it's all about Nakiri Alice. Okay, shut up.
Yeah. I could point to
Tadokoro,
all of your best
Megumi.
girls. Yeah, I know who all of your best girls are just based on how much I know you.
And Mac likes Nikumi, right? Mito?
I thought he liked the same one as you did. Megumi, the blue-haired girl.
Huh?
Mac?
What?
Did you like Mito-san or Tadokoro?
Huh?
In Food Wars, man.
I don't give a shit about no damn Food Wars.
You never watched Food Wars?
Oh, Mac doesn't even watch Food Wars. Fuck it. he would like the blue-haired
don't-
girl.
you're
Pretty
not-
obvious.
You're not watching Shokugeki? What?
Nope. Didn't feel like it.
I'm
Get
pretty
fucked.
sure Mac would like Mito-san.
Did you wait? Have
You don't know
seen,
what I
Have
like.
you seen the first
You don't know
season,
what I
Mac?
like,
I don't
Get
remember.
fucked.
You like Yakiniku, right?
motherfucker. You don't know
Dude,
what
but the
I
way
like. You
Arena,
don't know what I like.
she like asked for the manga, and then she like did the little blush face and pout, and it was like,
stupid.
that is like the whole reason to be a tsundere, just waiting for the blush. Makes everything worth
Whole
it.
reason to be a
motherfucker. Motherfucker.
Oh my gosh.
And she's
She's
like,
not
they're
the
holding
worst tsundere
hands.
I've
How
ever seen.
lewd.
How lewd.
Yeah, dude, Arena best girl. Speaking of best girl, Mob Psycho 100.
Speaking of best girl,
Best girl.
There's really no girls in that show, so fuck it.
Mob Psycho's like, I love how he blasts the one guy like naked and blows up the school, and he's like, "Is that okay?"
Mob.
Yeah,
Bones.
because he gets to like the whole point of the show is like Mob is like what's his name? Is his name Mob? I don't fucking know.
Studio Bones.
The guy,
They call him Mob.
the bowl cut.
Yeah,
song.
his
Can
name
you
is
say
Mob.
bowl cut in
Yeah,
Asian?
they call him Mob.
Kageyama Shigeo, aka
Can you
Mob.
say bowl cut in Asian though, so we know?
Bowl cut in ages.
You put the rice bowl on top and give him a bowl cut, okay? That's how we do it. You want, now you want to order a fried ice or just beef and broccoli?
And you make a perfect circle.
Oh yeah. I have a good hair day today
Perfect
because my hair
circle.
goes in a perfect circle.
And that's
Nice.
basically Mob. Like he's got perfect circle, and like he.
I love the scene at the end of the Esper fight when he's kind of like, we're not so different, but then it's like the other guy sees his buddies just run away, and while Mob's body fitness improvement club whatever shows up, is like, are you okay?
I think his name is
Like,
Shigeo, not Mob. I just call him Mob.
No, they call him Mob.
Do they? Okay,
In
well,
the
why
show,
fucking
yeah.
Mal is lying to me?
No, he has another. He has
his
a name.
His
Mob
moniker
is what they call him.
Mob White Tea Snake.
You
That sounds like it's something you'd name your penis.
You won't.
The White Tea Snake.
And I love how, like, even though the art is specifically designed, like the style is specifically amateurish online manga style,
messy.
like it still looks good all the time.
There's a lot of movement, unlike Lulico. Let's just trigger everyone there. All right. move on.
Jeez.
But yeah, Mob Psycho. So like, I'm liking
Yeah,
the
so
show.
we're taking applications for somebody to replace Nick on the show.
No, we're
so-
not. No, it's fine.
You know, actually, Kosuke and I got into a chat about animation while I was in Japan.
Here we go.
We should
And
have him as a
basically,
guest.
basically, our conversation came down to Nick is a retard about Luluco.
I think you guys
Well, I
still
mean-
are like misinterpreting what I said. All right, let's like literally never speak of that again. 'Cause that episode still pisses me off. Mob Psycho.
So-
Yeah, it's pretty funny, kind of.
So
Yeah,
was
I
it
mean, if you like
animated
One
as
Punch
good as
Man, You're gonna
Luluco?
like Mob Psycho.
Yeah, it's better than Lulico by a lot. So
It was animated as good as Luluco?
as good and also better.
So,
I don't know. Luluco was
Prisma
animated
Illya
pretty
3
good.
Ray, they've gone to some very
Mob
weird
Psycho
places
AOTS.
in this season.
Wait,
And
isn't
what's
that
really
an
weird-
oxymoron? You said Ilya, and then you said it's gone to weird places. Doesn't it always go to weird places?
No. So, no, I mean, it went some weird places in that it was not about magical lesbians for like 4 episodes. So
How did you ever
because-
survive? How did you ever
I
survive
don't
that
know.
blue ball?
It took them 4 episodes to get to a single girl being naked in her underwear or kissing another girl, and
4
that's
episode
like
rule,
unacceptable
dude.
for Prisma Illya.
Well, it's the 4
Yeah,
episodes.
Are you
It's
trying
only
to
12
are you trying to
episodes.
tell me
That's
that
not a
wait,
good
are you
rate.
trying to say that she was buck naked?
She was
yes,
buck naked.
the girl that we think might be a robot.
What?
She might be a robot.
Speaking of girl
Yeah.
robots, Mac.
She's
Well,
she's a
she's-
robot. She's a robot.
She's probably a homunculus.
Just because you
but,
think you're a robot doesn't mean
we
you're a
don't know.
robot.
she just got her clothes blasted off.
You can bite my shiny.
Oh, just like
metal
the guy
ass.
on Mob Psycho. Dude, that reminds me.
Yeah,
The
just
part
like
where
that.
his head got shaved off was really funny. He looked like an asshole after that.
Oh, yeah,
Or
just
his
the
hair,
top
I mean, not
off.
his head. And then he put on a wig that was like 10 sizes too big. It's great. Wait, we're not even
Great
talking about Mob Psycho
contribution,
right now.
Nick.
I just think it's funny
Yeah,
how the
Prisma Illya,
little brother
magical
wants to be the big
lesbians took it
brother and
along.
vice versa.
Still a beautiful show.
Who's that animated by?
I said it earlier, man.
Silverlink.
Bones.
Silverlink,
Oh, we're talking about something else.
aka Slice of Life Link.
Slice.
Mob Psycho's by Bones.
I thought
All
we were
they
talking
do is
about
make
Bones.
Slice of Lives.
You know. Funny enough, I saw a lot of Illya figures in Akihabara,
Oh yeah.
and when I say a lot of
Well-
Illya figures, they were all in this one store in the used section.
Oh, shout out to Reddit
And by
/
you-
coming on figurines.
Yeah, you're probably referring to the one store that is literally all pre-owned figures on the first floor.
No, I'm referring to the one that's got pre-owned figures on the 4th or 5th floor, and they have a shit ton. They even have retro stuff, like really retro stuff. I was
Did you
surprised.
see? Did you
In
see the one
fact-
building that had like sexy cosplay all the windows for like every floor?
Yeah, what was it? It was some
And then
kind
you
of
walk in
French
and there's just
thing. It
porn
was some
playing
kind of
immediately.
French name. It was just
Was it Omelette du Fromage?
no. It was not Omelette du Fromage. Was it something Merci or Merci or something like that?
Merci
Can't
beaucoup.
do it.
I don't remember.
It
gotta
was,
do that at the end.
It was some kind of lewdness. Something
So
very lewd.
wait, we should. There's a couple more I want to talk about here for a second, just because
Yeah.
I want to ask. Well, first of all, new game is legit. It's just really good.
New Game
Of course
is
it is.
New Game is my best like actual anime. Well, no, it's not. One we haven't mentioned yet.
Better-
New Game is my second favorite show of the season, not counting Thunderbolt Fantasy because that automatically wins, and also not counting the other one. Go on, Sam. Sorry, totally interrupted the fucking.
No, it's
for
fine.
reason.
No, new game.
Thunderbolt Fantasy is also not technically anime.
It's
I'm
anime.
talking about it anyway.
It's animated puppetry. They animate
yeah,
these
except
things.
it's a Taiwanese puppet show.
Yeah,
Well, it's Japanese.
It was
Animation.
filmed in
Animation was
Taiwanese.
invented by fucking America, dude.
So anime is American. Okay, let's go move
Yeah.
on.
Walt Disney is best girl.
Well,
Walt
anime is
Disney
a
is
transliteration of animation.
Here's the thing about new game, better than Kumamiko. I'm never watching that garbage again.
Oh yeah, New Game's like 100 times better than Kumamiko. Jesus
Watch
Christ.
New Game do a mind fuck right at
Let
the
me tell you
end.
something.
You know, also another funny story from Japan.
Oh,
Since
God.
you mentioned Kumamiko. We saw this Kumamiko shit in the store. Kosuke just looks at it and he's like, "I want to fucking burn all of
I'm gonna
this."
read that. I'm gonna read the manga. I'm gonna read that, and it's probably gonna be way better.
The manga's good. Yeah, that was an anime original ending.
Right. But yeah, new game is like I just like it's by the studio Doga Kobo, which I don't even think I've ever heard of. But
They're relatively new.
did we talk about new game? Whatever. But this girl, like right out of
think we
high
have,
school, gets a job at her favorite game company, and they're working on the third installment of like her favorite game. And
she works like her supervisor is the character designer she looked up to and inspired her.
yeah. And what's really
Yeah,
cool,
It's fairy something.
what things I got to say about it though is
Fairy
like
story.
a lot of the 3D modeling programs that they use are ones that I've used, and even though it's not like they have to parodize the name, obviously, but like they make you can see the computer screen of what they're working on, and it's like when I was watching it, for me personally, that was like, oh, that's so fucking cool. Like I've used that, I know what she's doing, and
Yeah.
it was really cool.
I like how you can hear the mouse
Until you
click.
just see it repeat the same thing over and over again.
Yeah,
she
but
just
dude,
turns the model one way and then turns
YOLO.
it back and then
but like I like,
Yeah, but that's Moe though.
but I like how close and authentic, like how It's trying to be as authentic as it possibly can, and that's what I like about the little things. Like a lot of little things in that show are reasons why I love it a lot.
Well, yeah,
But
cute girl shows are great when they have real gear, except
Yeah.
Bakuon. No, not Bakuon. The
Bakuno.
the motorcycle.
Bakuon. Bakuon was pure.
Bakuon.
Bakuon was a parody. Bakuon was a parody
No,
of the.
you keep saying stupid shit about it. It was not good.
It was great. No, it was a parody of hobbyists, like how they get obsessed with their hobbies and how they get ridiculous.
It was
with it.
making otaku look stupid.
Well, mostly people who like motorcycles and stuff.
Yes, motorcycle otaku.
Yeah. Dude, I'm looking up Doga
That still doesn't make it
Net
good.
right now. Dude.
None of that makes it good.
They made Gekken
but-
Shoujo Nazaki-kun and Plastic Memories.
Oh my god, Gekkan Shoujo is so fucking
They also
good.
made
Everybody
my
should watch that,
favorite
but-
show of all time, Hamato Umaru-chan. Greatest show I've ever
maybe
made.
not.
Yeah, new game though. Like, I just love how moe it is.
oh yeah,
The character designs are the best in. They're up there.
Like, I'm pretty
this
sure.
season. Some
I
of the
feel
best
like
this
some
year.
of the characters are like at least 30, and they look like they're like 16.
Well, that's Japan though. Like everyone
That's
looks like
anime.
they're 16. So
They haven't crossed that level where
Well, I
they
think-
suddenly become 80.
well, no, I think
Yeah.
that's also kind of the style of the character design though too, is because or just the art style is kind of like
It's extra
Yeah.
moe.
no,
it's
It's
funny
like
though because
more
like
moe than chaos.
Right.
So the art style is everybody looks like they're 18.
well, Alba is 18.
16.
It's funny because they always make fun of her for that. They're like, oh
no,
God.
and her friend legit like she bought like tickets for a museum or something, and her friend like bought a kid's ticket because she looks even younger.
they went to go see a movie.
Yeah, a movie.
Yeah,
That's a museum of images and close enough. It starts with M. Like shit.
I'm actually having a hard time thinking of shows that have more moe art styles than New Game.
Yeah, new game
Probably
is
Wakaba Girl,
on point. I mean, K-On.
and that's like it.
K-On.
K-On's does not have more moe designs than
Yeah,
New
it
Game.
does.
so let's
No, it
That's
does not.
Pretty close.
So moving on though, like let's just say that Maso Gakuin HXH is complete garbage, and I wanted to.
Yeah, we already said that.
Well,
I
yeah.
want to ask Nick because Nick and Mac I think are watching Rewrite.
No. Oh yeah, sorry. Go ahead.
Do you guys think it's a visual novel adaptation?
It's key. It has those instruments that are like it's like a flute playing in the background and piano the entire time. That's how you
A
know it's a key
recorder?
show.
I thought it was by.
No, it's got
8-bit.
like it sounds like Clanad, like the soundtrack.
Wait, I thought it was
It
by.
kind of
I
does.
thought it was by
Planted.
8-bit.
No, it is, but I'm saying like the key,
Get fucked.
the
the
key,
visual novel.
Oh.
universe or whatever.
Right.
They all have like those similar soundtracks. to
Yeah,
me,
yeah,
at
yeah.
least two of them do.
But as a visual novel adaptation, and I've said this before, is those normally suck. So like, what do you guys think of it?
It's
I mean,
middle of the road.
School Days.
It's
was pretty
middle of the
fucking
road.
good,
Oh, is it
so-
like average kind of?
Okay,
It's-
it started
it's
out
middle of
really
the
bad.
road.
I think it's actually below average. Like it's below average, but I enjoy it more than a lot of shows. It's just kind of like
I see it kind of like
guilty
as middle
pleasure.
of the road, especially after talking to Kosuke about it because he's actually played that visual novel the whole way through. That's one of the shows that I actually watched when I was in Japan, and we talked a lot about it. And he agrees that it's not great, but it's following the VN pretty well for like the common route, and it's not bad, but it's not really.
well, they only
really
have a
good.
short time devoted to each like little arc, right?
Yeah,
Each girl, which
yeah,
is
I
kind
know.
of annoying.
Which is where visual novel shows fall apart.
Yeah, but this
Usually,
one's
yeah.
not doing it bad per se. It's just one of those
not
shows
enough.
that
It's just kind of-
it's there. It's just there.
Like it's like someone puts like a biscuit in front of you, and it's like I don't really want a biscuit, but I'll eat it. Like whatever, it's a biscuit.
Motherfucker, are you talking about shit? Are you talking shit about fucking like grands right now? Are
well,
you
no,
fucking going
you
there?
don't get any
So-
toppings
You
on that biscuit
fucking
either.
going
No
there.
butter, no jam.
No,
nothing.
but like I'd rather have it with
No,
jam
no.
No
the
Nutella.
fuck
or
outta here.
gravy.
Get that.
Just
oh,
Marmite.
man, dude.
That's all you get.
Get
Is
some
just Marmite.
either some southern classic grands or maybe some flaky. Maybe take you some molasses. Molasses and butter. Heat that shit up in the microwave. Mix it up. Slather it on that fucking biscuit. Oh, it's good
Slide around the biscuit.
Sorry on the biscuit.
shit.
So Mac, rewatching Taboo Tattoo.
Oh jeez.
No,
Am I the only one? All right, never mind. The show's it actually has gotten a little bit better. It's kind of gotten a little hype at the end, but it started out pretty poorly. So, I don't know. It's all like blues and grays, the color scheme for that show. So I don't know. It's mediocre. It's like it's on the level of Rewrite as far as quality, but it's a different type of show. All I gotta say about Taboo Tattoo, and they got funny character names like Bluesy Floozy and Colonel Sanders.
Bluesy floozy.
There's a guy like named Colonel Sanders.
You know, I was kind of sad that.
And Brad Blackstone. Like what the fuck?
Yeah.
Yeah, Taboo Tattoo, not great. Let's talk about a good show. Amanchu, Mac.
Here we go.
That's your cue to do the whoop whoop.
Whoop ya. Whoop ya.
Okay,
This
Amanchu is like,
ya.
I think it's the best anime this season. Thunderbolt Fantasy is the best show. Amanchu is my favorite anime of the season because it's by the
Dude, I'm not kidding
the
you.
writers from Aria.
I honestly didn't think I'd like Amanchu that much. But the more I think about it, the more I realize that it's just perfect in every way.
Yeah,
It's so
Mac,
good.
you need to watch Aria. If you like Amanchu or Aria, watch either of the others. Like,
Dude,
it's
the faces.
fucking great.
It's like Picari's always in like perma-derp. She's
Yeah.
always full derp.
If you've
It's
seen the
great.
recent episode or a couple of the recent ones, how far are you so far?
I think episode 3 or 4.
Oh
is as
man,
far
like
as
some
I
of the
got.
recent ones are really funny. Like she takes a train ride just to see some flowers, but like she takes a round trip, and like her teacher's like, you did that and it was over in like 5 seconds. She's like, yep. And then like, God, so the teacher's sitting on the train trying to trail Picari and like find out what she's doing, and then she looks over and she's got like that crazy eyed derp face like pressed against the window. That's what makes that show
Yeah.
great, and like it actually is like pretty heartwarming too with the other girl, taller girl. God, I can't remember character names. I'm looking up the character name really quick here. What were we talking about here?
So we need to wrap this up.
Yeah, Hikari.
Wow, so
Hikari.
your headset dies, you don't say anything, and then you come back in the middle of an Amanchu discussion. You're like, oh, let's wrap this up. That's real good continuity. No final thoughts, no nothing.
I was busy
That's just like,
because
get
your
out.
audio changed to coming out of my speakers into the microphone, which would have been terrible. I had to like save with Audition, close it, and reopen it to be able to get everything set back
Or you
up.
could have just let us
I'm
finish
back.
it instead of having to be a hyper-controlling motherfucker. God damn.
The one thing I'm gonna say though is Mal is a fucking disgrace. Don't look at the Mal score for Amanchu. It's only 7.3. It's like people have like shit taste. Like,
wow, so they only
yeah.
gave it 7.3 whoopyas?
Whoopyas.
Whoopya.
They have like Tales of Zestiria.
I feel like I need to
I'm
watch
just like,
this
what
show
the fuck
to
are
get
you
what you're
looking at?
talking about.
Whoopya.
Sam, you would
Whoopya.
probably really like it, and also if you like Amanchu, you will love Aria.
Like
Aria is
Aria.
like a more. Aria is the more. I did like a pitch a long time ago, but it's the more idealistic, like it's more heartwarming than comedic. Than Amanchu is a little
Hey, yo.
more comedy.
Hey, yo,
so-
I'm going to let you
but,
finish,
yeah.
but you got to put a little bit of whoopya on it.
Put a little whoopie on it.
Whoop.
All right.
I like how their eyes
So
go to
fi-
like the little
final
yarn
thought,
thing.
What
like,
are your
spin.
guys' favorite shows
Final
at this
thought.
point in the season?
Mine is probably New Game or I don't know. It's probably New Game. I'm not gonna lie.
That's good taste right there.
I'm yeah, because I feel like Food Wars second place is kind of a cop out. It's probably Sweetness.
That's my answer.
Right. It's probably Sweetness and Lightning or New Game. Which is
I'm loving
Nick?
Shokugeki.
What is your favorite non-sequel, Kwoka?
Mob Psycho.
Nick?
I think this season is a lot easier than last season to like determine
Yeah,
what are
I
the better, like the cream of the crop.
I agree.
Because last season everything was kind of bunched, but like this one it's like pretty clear. For me though, bam, Thunderbolt Fantasy #1 times 1,000. Then we got Amanchu, then we got New Game, then Mob
Yeah,
Psycho.
if you really just want a show that's doing something super original, Thunderbolt Fantasy is absolutely the way to go.
And it is on Crunchyroll, so
Yep.
check it out. It's also a lot of other places. So check
Well,
it
you
out.
see, for
Crunchyroll
me,
legally.
it's kind of like a toss-up right now at the moment between New Game and Amanchu. So I'm just gonna have to go and take the safe bet and just say Bananya.
Bananya.
Agreed.
Bananya.
And I'm gonna
Oh,
buy
yeah,
Smokey a banana suit now.
Dude, my plan for Bananya is to like wait until the end of the season and then just marathon it until I have like this yellowy banana film all over my body. Like it'll be like Randy Marsh from South Park.
For my
After looking at internet.
recording, you said I'm
Except
gonna
with
wait until the end of the
bananas.
season, and then and it cut out, and then it came back as until there's a yellowy banana film all over my body. Like, wait, what? Oh my gosh!
Just covered in banana paste.
This is ectoplasm. Oh, it's a spooky ghost.
So on that bombshell, I've been Kwoka.
Sam, do the other version of it.
With me has been Matt, Nick, and Sam. And this has been the Anime Summit Podcast.